Hi everyone, welcome back to Zune channel, where we share knowledge related to information technology. Today, I will guide you on how to install multiple versions of MySQL on the same computer and switch between versions when necessary. The computer I'm using for this video is running on Windows 10, 64-bit. Okay, let's get started. First, go to Google and download the MySQL Installer Community Installation file. On the download page, there are two versions available for download. Since I'm demonstrating the installation and usage on a computer, I will choose the installation version below. Click the download button, click the No Thanks, just start my download link to download. And wait for the download process to complete. After the download is complete, we open the downloaded file to start the installation. On this first screen, there are multiple options to choose from. I select the developer default option to install all the necessary applications for a developer, including MySQL Server, MySQL Workbench, and so on, instead of installing each application separately. Click Next. Okay, while waiting for the download, let me briefly explain these applications. 1. MySQL Server. This is the main component of MySQL. It provides a relational database to store and manage data. MySQL Server allows you to create, query, update, and delete data in the MySQL database. 2. MySQL Workbench. This is a powerful and multifunctional MySQL database management tool. It provides a graphical interface that allows you to design databases, create tables, manage table relationships, execute SQL queries, and manage users and access privileges. 3. MySQL Shell. This is an interactive command line environment with MySQL Server. MySQL Shell provides tools and commands to execute SQL queries, manage databases, and interact with advanced features of MySQL. 4. MySQL Router. This is a tool that allows you to create and manage connections and data routing between MySQL servers. MySQL Router helps optimize performance and ensure availability and load balancing in environments with multiple MySQL servers. 5. MySQL Document. This is a tool that helps you create and manage database documentation based on the available data structure in the MySQL database. It allows you to create documentation from tables, columns, and relationships in the database and automatically update the documentation when data changes. 6. Samples and examples. This is a collection of samples and illustrative examples to help you familiarize yourself with the features and tools of MySQL. You can use these examples to learn how to use MySQL and apply them to your applications. Okay, click Next to go to the configuration section. Here, we can change some default configurations, such as the port of the service running on the computer and the service name when running. I will leave the default information and click Next. In this screen, there are two options corresponding to the two authentication methods that MySQL supports for user authentication when connecting to the MySQL server. I will share the details of the differences between these two authentication methods in another video. Here, I will use the recommended authentication method, and then click Next. We need to enter a password for the root user. By default, when creating a MySQL server, it will create a root user for us to manage, named root. We will enter the password here, enter the password, and click Next. Here, we set the service name when starting on the computer, leave it as the default, and click Next. Please make sure to set a service name that is easy to remember and distinguish from other MySQL versions. Next. Next is the permission for the user and user group on the Windows operating system that can start and operate the application. To keep the default values, click Next. MySQL installer will now update the configuration information we just edited for the applications inside it. Next is the router installation part, which we don't need to focus on. Let's use the default information and click Next. In this step, we will start and connect to the MySQL server we just installed. Enter the username as root and the password you set during the previous installation step. Click Check to verify a successful connection. If the connection is successful, it will display a connection status message here. Next, click Execute. Next. Click Finish to complete the installation. After successful installation, we can open the MySQL Workbench tool to connect to the newly created MySQL server and check the MySQL version. Enter the user and password for the root account that you previously created, and click Connect. To check the MySQL version being used, there are various ways to do it. I will run a MySQL query to check, select version, execute. Right, the current version is 8.0.33. You can rewind the video to compare it with the version information before the installation. So, we have completed the installation of MySQL Server 8.0. Now, I will install MySQL Server version 5 on this computer. Open the previously installed MySQL Installer Community application. Click Add, and select the MySQL Server version you want to install. I will install MySQL Server version 5.7 64-bit because I am using a 64-bit operating system. You will follow similar steps as the previous installation. Okay, here we encounter an issue where port 3306 is already being used by another service, which is the MySQL Server 8 service that we are running. If you want to run two MySQL versions in parallel, you can change the server port to 3307 or any other port that is not already in use on your computer. Since I only want to run one MySQL version at a time, I need to stop the MySQL Server 8.0 service using port 3306 by accessing the services, finding the MySQL 8 service, and stopping it. Alright. I will check again if the MySQL server is still running by running the previous MySQL query. Okay, nice. I will go back to the previous MySQL Server 5.7 configuration to complete the configuration and installation. You can see that the port error is no longer appearing here. Click Next. Previously, we encountered a password prompt for the root user when installing MySQL Server 8.0, but here you will enter the password for the root user when connecting to MySQL Server 5.7. Please note that the root user password during the MySQL Server 8.0 installation may be different from the root user password during the MySQL Server 5.7 installation, but the username remains the same, which is root. Next. 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 Click Execute. Okay, at this point, you have successfully added MySQL Server 5.7 to your computer. Similarly, you can install additional MySQL Server versions. Now, let's check these two versions and switch between them when necessary. Go to the services and refresh to see that two MySQL versions are installed, with version 5.7 currently running. I will verify the running MySQL version using a query. Excellent. Okay, whenever you need to run a specific MySQL version, you can come here to switch by starting the corresponding service. Please note that currently, I only allow one MySQL version to run on the computer, so if you start two services simultaneously, it will show an error. If you want guidance on running multiple MySQL versions simultaneously on the same computer or have any questions during the installation process, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more useful videos. See you in the upcoming tutorial videos on the Zune channel. Goodbye.